everybody, and welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. This is Tammy, and today is May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Time for fajitas and tacos and margaritas, cervezas, all that good stuff. So anyway, welcome. First of all, I need to say really quickly, and before I get into that, you can go ahead and enjoy this lovely piece of flower agate. This is a beautiful tower. Isn't it stunning? It's just really great energy. About last Friday, if you're not following me on Facebook, then you probably did not get the message until you watched my tarot reading on Monday. Just Thursday and Friday, my energy was not good. I was not centered. I was not balanced. I was not really too grounded. And the last thing you want to do is utilize divination tools when you're feeling that way. So I had to make a judgment call for, my own health, mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual, and not do the reading Friday morning. So my apologies for that. So again, if you're not following on Facebook, make sure you hit me up there, because there are messages and there's a lot of things going on there that you don't necessarily see here on the YouTube channel. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and first of all, knock out our housekeeping before we get started this morning. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, smash it. Okay, smash it, smash it, smash it. Go ahead and smash that, because that YouTube algorithm is real. If you're already subscribed, I appreciate it so much. Thank you for the support. It's because of you guys that I continue to do this. And for anybody that hits that subscribe button today, again, thank you so much. I appreciate the support, and I will keep pumping out content. Again, remember, you can turn notifications off. That's okay. I get it. I don't want my phone blowing up either. So turn the notifications off, and you come to the channel when you either know I'm pretty regular with posting things, or when you feel the urge to come check it out. All right. The only other thing I really have this morning is I've been running a sale this week, for all products on the Your Natural Healer website. By products, I'm talking about things like crystals, pendulums, crystal kits, essential oils, sage. There's some jewelry on there. Those are all 10% off. Today is the last day. When you check out, you type in the following code to receive in the coupon section for your 10% off. It's YNH, that's Your Natural Healer, so YNH10, and you'll get 10% off your entire purchase. Shipping is free, no matter where you are in the United States. I only ship to the United States, though. Shipping is free, and sales tax is already included in the price of the crystal, so what you see is what you get. There's nothing else. If something is $10, you're getting 10% off. That's $1. You're only going to pay $9. There's no tax, no shipping, no handling. $9, and that's it. All right? So check it out. As far as any other specials, I'm going to try to run something probably later on in the month. I'm not sure yet. So we will go ahead and see. Anyway, where am I at? Earth. Okay, Oracle message. So for anybody new, today what we're doing is we are doing our Oracle reading. I will go ahead and start to shuffle as I talk about what we're going to do here. So I'm going to put this off to the side. I'm going to take my Reiki wand, get any stale energy out of this deck. And this morning, our Oracle deck is the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron-Reid. Her and Kyle Gray are my favorite Oracle card writers. Although my one deck that is a shadow deck, they've only put out one deck, and I love that deck. Just because usually Oracle messages are usually on the brighter side, and I think that you need to have that balance because, you know, life's duality, there's positivity and negativity, and it can't all be sunshine, rainbows, unicorns, and woo-woo stuff, you know? So, anyway, I'm looking at another shadow deck. There's two that I'm actually looking at, seeing which one really calls to me. They're both calling to me, but I'm only going to get one. But anyway, you'll see that deck when I get it. We'll definitely work with it. All right. So what I'm going to do is I will shuffle the cards, and then I will choose 3 cards, and then you will choose one of those cards. When you choose your card, you're going to use your intuition to choose it. Okay. Don't think too much into it. Whatever card you're immediately drawn to, that's your card. All right. If your card resonates with you, I want you to take your right hand, place it on your heart, take a deep breath in and say, yes, I claim this for myself, okay? Now, if it doesn't resonate with you, that's going to happen because this is a general reading. General readings cover everybody, so it's not specific to you. If you want a more specific reading, go onto yournaturalhealer.com, go under services. Check out the services there, and I have different types of readings, and there's all kinds of energy work and birth chart analysis and birth chart reports and all kinds of good stuff. So you can always check that out. But if you want a more personalized reading, that's wonderful. I've also added a new reading where you ask one question, and I will draw you 3 cards to give you 3 options or 3 choices or 3 courses of action for whatever your question is. So that's something new I have added. Those will probably only run about 15 minutes. You'll get a little video of me pulling the card and pulling the cards and going over them with you. All right. Now, for my regular viewers, they know I can't shuffle this way on camera because the cards go everywhere. So I'm going to shuffle back here, and if I knock the camera like I just did, whoops, sorry, I apologize. I need to learn to shuffle on camera, but it's really hard to watch the screen on my cell phone and shuffle at the same time. Otherwise, you know, like I said, the cards just go everywhere. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this. So this is good, again, from today, May 5th, through Thursday, May 11th. All right, so let's go ahead and draw our cards. Again, use your intuition. There's your cards, guys. Don't think too much into it. Choose a card, and here we go. All right. Oh, real quick, I forgot to tell the newbies. Oh my gosh, and I need to put my wedding ring back on. Took it off for cleaning. Newbies. These cards will be time-stamped. So if you pick, you know, the middle or the right card, you can go ahead and skip ahead to that. However, don't miss the end, the Reiki Hug. What that is, it's 2 minutes of distance Reiki healing that I send to you. It's healing for physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, whatever you need at the moment that you're watching this, okay? Don't miss out on that. All right, so let's begin. If you chose the left card, your oracle message this week is details, details. Beautiful artwork. Details, details. Well, obviously, you know, you see this card, there's a lot going on here. And you probably have a lot going on in your life. Excuse me, I'm going to drink some water here until I actually get done. Excuse me, and I can go have some coffee. But you got a lot going on in your life. And I think that maybe not everything is going right or going as planned, that maybe you're having a few roadblocks. And maybe it's causing you to get a little frustrated. And if you find yourself getting frustrated, you know my first rule is meditate. You got it. You guys know. Good job. So if you find yourself getting frustrated, go meditate. And you really need to pay attention to the fine print of your life. And as you see what this says, I don't know if you can see it here. It's actually upside down and backwards. So if you flip it over, it says clarity. And you don't have that right now. Okay. And it's because you're only looking at the big picture. Excuse me. You're looking at, okay, I'm here at point A. I got to get to point Z. And I got to get to point Z by next week, a month, whatever. Or so-and-so needs me to get this done. Whatever it is. But you're missing out on all the things in between. B, C, D, maybe D, E, and then E, F, G, H, I, J, J, K, and then K. There's lots of details, and whatever is causing the issues here, whether it's a hiccup or a roadblock, or just you're going backwards instead of forward, whatever it is, you need to look at the fine print in your life. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's something work-related, whether it's something personally within you. You need to look at the details because that is where you're going to find the answers. You know that you have whatever it is that you need to do. You know that. You know what the end goal needs to be. But you can't jump from A to Z because if you do that, it's like a cake recipe. You know, you're putting the ingredients in, and if you go, okay, well, the end's just supposed to be a cake, and you just throw in a whole bunch of ingredients, you know, oh, here's eggs, here's some oil, here's some water, here's the cake mix, and just mix it up and throw it in the oven. Well, maybe it was 1 egg, not 3 eggs. You know, or maybe your cake came out rock hard and that's because you forgot to add water to the cake mix or whatever it calls for. Those little details make a big difference. You know, maybe you just throw in whatever you're making, you throw in some salt and you just pour it in willy-nilly. And it says a pinch of salt, but you probably added a tablespoon. That recipe is going to turn out horrible. And then when you serve it and people are like, ugh, spitting it out and stuff, you know, your feelings are going to get hurt. And then you taste it and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what happened. I followed the recipe, but did you really? You know, maybe it is you're cutting corners because you're wanting to get to that end game so fast, but you need to stop, slow down, and look at the details to determine what is wrong. You look at that recipe and you go, oh, a pinch of salt. Well, here's my pink Himalayan sea salt. You pour all that in your recipe and maybe a pinch is only that much. See the difference? You're throwing in that much. That's not a pinch. Now I'm going to have sea salt all over my desk. Oh, that's okay. Gets rid of negativity. But anyway, the details. You got to look at the details. Whatever it is that you're struggling with, and it may be every aspect of your life. You may be to a point where, you know, oh my gosh, nothing is going right. Well, first of all, when you get into that mindset, you got to get out of that mindset. And then once you've collected yourself, then you can start looking at the details. So again, my friends, meditate. Take some time to meditate. Pause and reflect. And either through meditation or sit down. If you are, like I said, like a recipe, write it out. And go, oh, okay, this is what I'm doing wrong. Because if you take the time and you look at the details, you're going to get clarity. And once you have clarity, whatever problem you're dealing with, whatever challenge you're facing, you're going to solve it and work through it. And this is all going to be done from your highest good. And again, if you are at point A and you're going straight to point Z, are you truly working in your highest good? No, you're not. Admit it. If you're cutting corners and not reading the details, then sure. But you got to be careful with that too, because sometimes people get so focused on the details that they miss the big picture. So it's balance. Life is balance. So don't go the opposite way, which that would be if we got the card in reverse. But anyway, focus on your details, and I promise you things are going to be smoother and things are going to work out and everything is going to be better. All right? Have a fantastic weekend. All righty. For those who chose the middle card, you got, moonlight, and it's a full moon tonight. Yes. I love the moon, but that's because I'm Cancer. And Cancerians are moon babies. Moonlight. Well, the first thing I usually think of with the moon, and Cancerians, we are very emotional, but the moon deals a lot with intuition. And with this card, I think that maybe lately you've been really second guessing yourself a lot. You know, you're making decisions and you're like, well, I should do this, but what if I do? No, I should probably do that, because if I do this, it's always going to go wrong anyway. So I'll just go ahead and do it this way because I'm going to have to redo it anyway. Stop with the negative thinking, the negative self-talk. Take the logic out of it. Take the emotion out of it. Use your intuition. Okay, so whatever is not working out for you, most likely it's because you are not using intuition. Normally we want a nice balance of intuition, logic, and emotion. But I think with whatever situation is going on that you're second guessing yourself with, it's because you've got too much emotion and too much logic into it. And you need to trust yourself. Okay, now, one of the things, and you guys know I always somehow reel this into my readings, is meditating. If you're having trouble either following your intuition or understanding your intuition, maybe you're a little blocked. Maybe your third eye chakra is a little slow. So you may want to either do some meditating on your third eye chakra. Maybe get yourself a nice piece of like lapis lazuli, meditate with that, even some amethyst, and just really work on opening up that third eye chakra. Now, one of the things you need to remember though with intuition, it's not always just about that gut feeling like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. My gut was telling me. This is a little bigger than this. A lot of times when we talk or communicate rather with our guides, whether they're guardian angels, we have galactic guides, we have Akashic record guides, we all have scribes. You know, if you work with a pendulum, you have a pendulum guide. We have a whole team of a legion of, I don't want to just say angels, spiritual beings, okay? And they talk to us through things like our dreams, things like signs. And that's where your intuition needs to come in, is to recognize these signs. And you might not understand them at all, but if all of a sudden, like for me, when it first started for me, I kept seeing the color purple a lot. And then after that, I started really noticing 11:11. Every morning and every evening, 11:11, no matter what. Always. Twice a day, every day. And I didn't think anything of it at first. And then, once I started moving along in my spirituality, I was like, oh, I was being given some signs and I totally ignored them. And when you ignore signs, sometimes the universe, your guides and stuff, they're going to speak even louder. Or sometimes you might miss the boat. So you really need to open up your regular eyes, your biological eyes, but you also need to open up that third eye. Because trust me, pay attention to your dreams. If you don't have a dream journal, make a dream journal, put it right on your nightstand. You might not understand the next day what you dreamt about, but write it down. Because what may happen, you may have similar or certain things in a dream that happens, like, for example, in the recent past, I was noticing, well, I didn't see it at first until I really started analyzing my dreams. So like, I'll write them down and normally I'll know if something, odd sticks out. But you also want to go back like after a week or two and reread the 2 weeks ago to kind of look for signs and synchronicities. So in my example, I had a dream and somebody was talking about their kid and I was like, oh, how old's your son now? And they're like 15 and didn't think nothing of it. So it was probably like 4 days later, I was actually in my dream doing a reading and I was counting out cards and I was like, okay, 15 and flipped the card over. So for some reason, 15 was very important. I still haven't figured out why, and what's weird is this card's 51, which if you reverse it is 15. But anyway, it's stuff like that. Pay attention. And once you pay attention, you might not understand the message right away, but when it's time for it to click, you're going to go, yes, 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 yes. Okay. So dream journals. They love speaking to us through our dreams. And the most dumbest details in our dreams would think, oh, that's not important, end up being very important. Pay attention to signs you see. I had a client who in a Reiki session, I kept seeing X's for this client. And then once I mentioned, I just told them X. I didn't say, what it meant or anything because it's not my place to interpret. They started seeing X's all over the place. So it's obvious that they were through me to be told, hey, you need to look for these X's. So again, it could be symbols. Maybe you're seeing a certain color over and over again. Maybe it's a certain song that you're hearing constantly that you haven't heard in ages. Pay attention to the synchronicities, okay? Stop second guessing yourself. All right. For those who chose the right card, today you got flying. We have our beautiful unicorn there flying around, all happy. Beautiful card. This is a card of magic. I mean, just look at it. A unicorn itself is magical. And the fact that it's flying, everything, you've got these beautiful, I don't know if they're cherry blossoms. It's hard to see through the camera. But flying, magic. You are moving into a space that is going to be magical. And it's things that you've been wanting. Maybe you've obviously, probably, most likely been manifesting these things. And you've been putting the work in to make the manifestations come true. And they're about to come true. The magic is about to happen for you because the work is done. Make sure you have yourself aligned with your higher self. Okay. So maybe you need to do a chakra meditation. I do have that Quickie one that I just uploaded, I think it was 2 weeks ago. Maybe do that one. It's not very long. I think it's 15 minutes. But make sure your chakras are in alignment. So that way you're nice and balanced and allow this magic to happen. And as this magic happens, continue to make sure that everything that you are doing in your life, from your home life to the chores you've got to do around the house, to work, friends, family, to taking care of yourself, that everything that you do comes from the heart space and is aligned and done for your highest good and the highest good of others. Because if you continue to do that, you are going to continue to send that good energy out into the world. And I always talk about the ripple effect. You send that good energy out and it ripples. Remember, whatever we put out into the world comes back to us 3 times. So if you take this magic and you continue to work this magic and continue to align yourself with your highest good and put that positivity and that happiness and that kindness and that love out there, this magical space is going to grow exponentially. And you're going to be like this unicorn that you can just leap and just fly, making all your dreams come true. Nothing can bring you down. Utter perfection. But you got to be in alignment first, okay? This is a really good card. So, whatever you've done to manifest, you've done all the work. It's now going to happen. So if you've been getting maybe a little bit frustrated going, I do what Tammy says, I meditate, I manifest, and I work from the heart space and I do things for the highest good of myself and others, and nothing's happening. Get that thought out of your head. I'm telling you right now, stop, meditate, get your chakras in alignment, because my friend, you are about to fly like the unicorn. Sorry. It's just a beautiful space and you really deserve this. And remember though, life, this isn't going to last forever. It may last a day. It may last a month. Who knows? But enjoy it. You worked for it. Reap your rewards. And again, keep pushing that beautiful energy out there, because it's just going to keep coming back at you. You're in a good space, my friend. All right. Those were some good cards. I love her decks. All right. I was kind of all over the place with as far as chakras. So with it being a full moon tonight, and moon deals with intuition, we're going to do our Reiki Hug with the third eye chakra crystal bowl. So give me 1 second. Go ahead, get your cell phones on silent. It's only 2 minutes, guys. Silence your cell phones and then get in a comfortable position. It'll just be a second. All right. If you haven't done so, go ahead, close your eyes and start breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, nice and relaxed, nothing forced. And as you continue breathing, I want you to go ahead and do a quick scan of your body. I want you to start at the top of your head, working your way down to your shoulders, your arms, letting any tension or stress go. Down to your midsection, your hips, your thighs, your knees, down to your ankles and your toes. Just breathing and relaxing. This is your Reiki Hug. All right, everybody, when you're ready, go ahead, open your eyes, start wiggling your fingers and toes, and come back to the present moment. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, Monday we will do our Reiki, of course we'll do the Reiki Hug. We'll do our tarot reading. And Tuesday, the next episode of Tuesday's Enlightenment will be the capstone or the closing for the Emoto Rice experiment. And then we'll just go from there. I hope to drop either another crystal educational series or a meditation or both, depending on time constraints. So again, remember today's the last day, YNH10. Go ahead and get those Mother's Day gifts early. All right. So with that being said, go live your best life, but do it the natural way. Have a fantastic weekend. Namaste.